My dream is no pipe dream, which is why I take every bit of it to be a job God officially offered to me to do throughout my lifetime. And when it comes to what matters to the Teens Network Daytime Show, it is my responsibility to do whatever it takes to bring the show to life. And that's the only reason you see me smile when I do. My name is Didaye Adeloye from the beautiful Center State of Excellence, Nigeria, the founder of the Teens Network Daytime Show. On the other hand, I co-established a fashion brand, my Culture Speaks Apparel. It's founded in Nigeria 2018. It's a brand that embodies culture. It's also a brand that represents the pinnacle of African craftsmanship. But let's leave that and talk about how the Teens Network Daytime Show came about. As a young man that I was, I never felt the need to have a role model in my life because I was tough as a kid. And I'll tell you what, I almost lost it. Apart from daily greetings, doing the chores and all, there was never a unique bond between myself and my dad. No, it was tough with me due to my stubbornness, and that led to the grudges I used to hold. We don't talk. Yeah, we hardly talk. I never knew what was happening. It was until I got older that I realized my dad struggled as a kid. He never stayed with his parents while growing up. He struggled so much. Worked so hard to put food on the table, roof over my head, and some clothes on my back. God is my heart that I won't blame him for the way he raised me. Because you know what? He raised me right. My perspective about life began to change when I met Mr. Charles Bruce. He mentored me for years, and God made the mentorship so special that I had to live with him under the same roof with his family. And God blessed Mrs. Rosalind Bruce, his wife, because she was part of the mentoring too. I came up with the idea when I was 19. I was working closely with my late boss, Mr. Charles Bruce Chukuma, of Sharing Life with Charles V on Rhythm FM, and I used to watch him closely when he's in the studio. But unfortunately, he passed on 2014. After Mr. Charles Bruce passed on, I zoomed back to my hood. And of course, everyone knows a whole lot of things ain't going right in the hood. Underage kids get pregnant, drop out, are there with no jobs, but smokes as often and gets drunk. While others go through an emotional and psychological imbalance with no one listening. And I bet you no one is paying attention, even on cable TVs. We only have kids channels and a whole bunch of adult channels, yes. 2016 was the year I decided to jump off cliffs. But it hit me so hard that I told myself, man, there's got to be more to life than this. So I turned the idea into a major project. I started doing my research on how to go about the project. I came up with the name, the Teens Network Daytime Show. But I came up with a whole bunch of stupid names before. That's funny though, man. I signed up for a job to get the name secured with the government. I drafted a business plan, surfed the internet to learn more about how to tape the radio show and to also edit it. So I came up with the script for the show, and since I am still good at graphics, and I came up with the brand's visual representation by myself. I registered and built a website for the show by myself, and I started coming up with a variety of segments for the show. And all these that I talk about took me some years to accomplish. The Teens Network Daytime Show is presently a scripted weekend morning radio program that's built to realign mindset, make big impact, and to consistently give back to the next generation. The show also will showcase everyday teens doing something extraordinary to benefit others, teens who are taking the challenges they are facing and turning it into a way to helping other people. I remember asking myself, what's the first thing people are going to want to hear at the very first beginning? And I came up with the line, "Welcome to the season 1 of the Teens Network Daytime Show." But I told myself, you know what? This is dry, so dry. Then I called my lady friend, Ido Fumlayo, and guess what, guys? She did justice to that line right there.
Welcome to the season 1 of the Teens Network Daytime Show.
Yes, sir. It's Didayo Adeloye stretching and yawning and wishing you a good morning. Right now, you're about listening to the one and only show in the land. And just like Uncle Charles Bruce would always start by saying, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of its flow the issues of life. And that's Proverbs 4:23. This is the Teens Network Daytime Show on radio.
Wake up and smile, 'cause it's been
I couldn't afford going for any voiceover trainings if I had no clue of where to start from. So I began streaming the Steve Harvey Morning Show on radio, WHUR 96.3, sounds like Washington. So Mr. Harvey became my role model in that field. Well, Mr. Harvey should be my mentor, but now I've not met him before, so I have to still leave him in the category of a role model. But guess what? I still hope I'll get to meet him one day, because through watching and listening to him on the radio, he has touched my life. My thought process improved more when I began listening to Steve Harvey, and that was when I started thinking about goals, about mission and vision, and what I want to accomplish in life. And I boldly tell the world that this show was and is inspired by God through my late boss, alongside listening to Mr. Harvey on the radio, every weekday, alongside his crew, Shirley Strawberry, Nephew Tommy, J. Anthony Brown Jr., Carla Farrell, Shell Underwood, and not to forget Miss Ann Tripp with the news. Yes. Having gone through the leadership training that was organized at the Strategy for Mentoring Initiative and Leadership Empowerment, SMILE, I've been able to identify my strength. And talking about my strength, I am naturally creative as an individual, and I have dedicated my mission in life to using my creative side to reaching out to the younger generation. Talking about the varieties of segments we have on the platform, first of all, we have the So For The Twilight, and this is a segment we get to use to encourage our audience. We have Ask the Crew segment. We get to use this opportunity to answer some questions our fans would like to ask us, or the questions they've asked us on social media using the hashtag Ask the Crew. We have this Teen Strawberry Letter segment, and this is the segment we get to use to offer help to all troubled souls. And to be specific, we are talking about teens, strictly teens. And it's important I say this due to how much I love listening to Mr. Harvey alongside Shirley Strawberry and the rest of the crew on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I named this segment right after Shirley's segment. See, right on Mr. Harvey's platform, Steve Harvey Morning Show, it's titled The Strawberry Letter, but on our platform, it's titled The Teen Strawberry Letter. And this is, we get to use the segment to solve teens' problem, but not just we giving the response. With the help of our pro counselors, we're going to achieve that. Health-wise segment, we get to dish out healthy tips to living a healthy life. I mean, if we really want to lead, we must be healthy to lead other people. For the teen CEOs, We want to showcase and interview teens who are involved in entrepreneurship, investing, inventing, and other activities that explores their passion. So in case you're out there, you're listening to me, you're watching this, just www.imttnstv.com/teen CEOs. Apart from trying to teach teens how to embrace opportunities as well as to create opportunities, you want some endorphins released into their system. You want to have fun. And trust me, part of our intentions are to pass the message across to them through what they love doing.
You're listening to the Teens Network Daytime Show. Got a question to ask the crew? Tweet us at IMTTNSTV using the hashtag AskTheCrew. Cooking isn't just a skill, it's a life lesson that teaches teens to eat better. Are you a teen chef? Do you bring the family together each week with your solid home cooking? Or you think you've got those weird twists on dishes? Tell us your story today at imttnstv.com or text +234809956
Well, I see the show becoming a major platform in the world for teens to be showcased, and it inspires me to imagine what the world will be when we finally become the biggest radio and a TV platform that gives only teens the opportunity to apply for jobs within their company. Talking about how to increase our distribution channel, as a team, we look forward to partnering with Heart Radio, the biggest online streaming platform in the world, and including partnering with global brands that will be a good fit with our audience. But I have no idea of how to design a mobile app, but presently I'm designing the mock-ups design for the mobile app. Of course, we're going to have our own mobile app, and that will help us increase the people that listens to the show.